Hi, this is Stan. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest Railroad. Back on the road today out at the Adobe Western Railroad, and we're here for a photo shoot. Now the weather's been really windy. It's still very breezy today. I'm between a couple of containers right now to keep the wind noise off the camera, so I don't know how much talking live I'll be able to do. I may have to do voiceover this week. We'll see. But anyway, we've got a big banner that needs to be made, and a photograph of some trains is what's required. So hope you'll have fun as we get out in the yard and take some video of getting the trains all set for a nice photo shoot. You'll be able to tell right away that with all the rain we've had, weeds have really taken over in the yard and everywhere else on the railroad. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. All right, we got the Chessie, we got the Pacific, the Mogul, and the UP consists there. And I think the sun is at a good angle. We got the water tank, and you can see all the yellow flowers in the yard. So the weeds have been out of control, and the wind is not exactly our friend today. Well, as long as we're out here at the railroad park, I'm standing on the signal tower porch here, and we're looking back at the entrance to the passenger station and to the yard. And off to your right, there's a big loop that connects back into the yard and passenger station. So trains returning can loop around and be headed back out in the right direction. And I thought maybe you'd be interested in knowing just a little bit more about the interlock signaling system we have here to control all the traffic going in and out of the yard and the passenger station. So if you got a couple of minutes, take a look at this. With 18 miles of track, multiple yards, 6 subdivisions, and hundreds of switches, some important information on how our signal interlocking system operates will help you have a safe and fun time running trains here on the Adobe Western Railroad. To begin, most of our switches are double spring loaded. When entering the points or single end of the switch, you will have to choose either a straight through or a diverging route, and the switch lever must be positioned accordingly. When approaching from the double end of the switch, the springs will allow the points to move when your train passes over, and then they will spring back into position once you are away. So there's no need for you to adjust the switch when going through from the double end. Before leaving the staging yard, check with the yardmaster, if there is one on duty, to ensure your train will be put in the right sequence. Make sure your radio is on and set to FRS channel 510. Your conductor has a signaling whistle, and if it is a night run that you have front and rear lighting. And if you are new to the Adobe Western Railroad, you have one of our handy maps. The weather can be hot here in the desert, so if you plan on making a long run, you'll want your big hat and a bottle of water.
Proceed slowly out of the yard lead or the passenger station and stop at the route selection buttons. Observe the route board for some key information. It will indicate if there's an active dispatcher on duty who will be giving you verbal directions over your radio, or if the signals and motorized switches will be operating automatically by the computer, or if all switches must be manually thrown with the levers by your conductor. Notice if your intended route is open or closed. Our main line is double-tracked leaving the yard or station, and so you may have to make a crossover to get on your route. Observe the lights that will indicate an incoming train is occupying either a north or south approach. The automatic system will not respond to your button selection if the light is on, indicating a train is already occupying that track section you intend to use. A little bit of patience always helps everyone have a fun and safe time when things get busy. With your path now clear, push the button for your route and wait a few seconds for the semaphore signal to move to green. Motorized switches should be in position, and you are now clear to proceed at slow yard speed. Whether the switches are moved automatically by motor or manually thrown, make sure the points are clear with no obstructions and are safely tight against the correct rail. A good engineer always observes the immediate switches ahead to make sure they are completely thrown in the correct direction. Keep your train moving smoothly through and past the interlocking trackage, except for emergencies or switch adjustments, as you are affecting all the other traffic and signals. As you explore our many subdivisions, please obey our posted safe speed limits. Our hard-working track maintenance crew thanks you. On your return, you should be automatically switched and routed in under green. But if your signal is red due to other traffic, stop your train and wait for a green light. If after a long delay it is still stuck on red, your conductor can leave the train to check that there's no interfering traffic. Then proceed past the tower at yard speeds. Each signal has a unique identifying number you can use to report any issues you experience. All of us here at Maricopa Live Steamers want to thank you for being here, and we hope you enjoy the Adobe Western Railroad. Stay safe and have fun.
Well, I hope the photographers got everything they needed. The weather is beautiful today, the sun is shining, and I suppose now we got to put all these trains back in the shed. Well, this is Stan saying thanks so much for joining me this week. I'm going to hang out here in the cafe for just a little bit more, and where's my coffee? What? No service in this place. Thanks for watching. See you right here next time on the Crow's Nest Railroad. Thank you.